When in doubt, hit your carburetor with a hammer. Let's see how that does. What's going on, everybody? It's a beautiful 60-degree day here in Georgia. Spring has finally sprung. It's wonderful, but got a few C10s and C20s scattered about the yard that need a little attention. And the first one we're gonna work on is this red truck right here. Gonna make this the Sally's Speed Shop truck. I'm probably gonna put a service bed on it at some point, but for now I'm just gonna get it running and driving. Swap out the wheels and tires. I really do like the Steelies and dog dishes, but these tires are worn out. The one on the back side over there doesn't actually hold air. So we have some old Hummer wheels and tires that I believe are the same bolt pattern and should work. So got the air compressor out, an airline run all the way out here, and we're gonna put some air in this tire, get this thing fired up, and pull it into the shop. Yeah, should be good. I'll call that good enough. Let's pull out my redneck jack stand, go get some gasoline, fire this sucker up. Alright, I got a little gasoline in a bottle. I'm going to fill the vent tubes up. Oh, it's still got gas in it. Alright, let's see if it fires up. That is a giant dirt dauber's nest. Okay, so everything looks pretty good under here. I don't see anything that's going to keep it from running. It's been sitting for a little while, but not too long. I do want to check the oil, see what that looks like. It's a little dark. Tastes a little gasoline-y, but not too bad. I need another pair of ice grips for my battery. But other than that, I think she'll go. So let me go grab a pair of ice grips. I'll be right back. Well, it's not exactly a pair of ice grips. It's a little clamp from Walmart. I don't know what date, but this was only $1.97, so it was probably not in the last decade. So I'm just gonna clamp this battery cable on because I don't have a side post battery handy. And then we'll just let her eat. Let me check the coolant first because I care, at least a little tiny bit. Come on, get over there. It could use some, but it's got some in there. I'll top her off once I get her down in the shop. There we go. All right, let's see if she fires up. No wasps, we're good. I think our battery is a little dead. I'm gonna go grab a different one. Alrighty, fresh battery. Of course, the posts are opposite, but that's okay. We got vice grips and clamps, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's try this again. A little more gasoline. Let's see what happens. Give her a little more gas. Smoking. That's a good sign. Give her a little bit more of the fire maker. Get some down the vent tube. That ought to do the trick. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, I know you want to run. Oh yeah, there we go. She fired up. Alright, a little more fire maker. See if she'll fire up. Come on. There we go. Keep running. Well, kind of. All right, that was a lot of gas. Probably way too much. Well, I at least got it to run long enough to move it, but I'm gonna fire it up again, back it up a little more, and see if I can get it to pick up fuel from its own tank. I think it's a little low, so it's not actually getting fuel to the pickup tube. So let's see if we can fix that. Well, it moved again, so that's a good sign. But I'm gonna throw some more gas at it and see if we can make it run off its own tank. That's the goal here. Alrighty, figure struggling to get gas to get picked up into the carburetor, and some more gas certainly couldn't hurt. So that's what I'm about to do. Whoop, we're dripping. We're dripping. We got a leaker. Now it's all over my hands. Great. Whoever made modern gas cans is definitely an idiot, because they always just leak everywhere. See if that's better. Nope, still leaking. But it's going in there now, and that's what counts. So not only do these gas cans leak everywhere, they also take forever to get empty. Been standing here for almost 3 minutes, and there's still gas coming out. Thanks, Obama. Hashtag say no to Obama gas cans. Yeah. Now I'm getting gasoline in my hair. Perfect. Still a little in there. Can't even get all of it out. Lovely. But maybe that'll help actually get some gas up to the carburetor. We will see. All right. Put her in neutral. Not great, but better than it was. Come on, don't die. Don't do it. No. Dang it. When in doubt, hit your carburetor with a hammer. Let's see how that does. Good. Well, maybe not. Fumigating the neighborhood, because this thing smokes like crazy. Look at this. Yep, it is definitely smoky, but it runs, so I'm gonna pull it into the shop. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the Trailblazer Regal All-Terrain, which is spelled R-E-G-U-L. Some sort of English, I think. But they're old, they don't hold air. I really do like the Steelies with the dog dishes, but this is what we got instead. Check this out. So, we were cleaning out a house, that my dad bought, and he had these. They're a good 3 inches taller, so clearance might be an issue, but that right there is a Hummer wheel and looks pretty dang good. And it's got a 315/70 R17, which is about a 34-inch tall tire on it, with great tread, no dry rot. These will do nicely on here. So, gonna get these swapped over, see how it looks. For the first time after sitting for a good while out in the yard, I want to go through it and make sure everything's okay. So first things first, I want to change the oil. And then I'm going to take a look at the carburetor, the ignition system, look at the distributor and the plug wires, and probably throw a set of spark plugs in it because it's coughing and sputtering and not running how it should at all. In addition, it smokes, so I'm going to put some thick diesel oil in it, some Rotella, probably 1540 or so, as well as some Lucas oil stabilizer to try to get that to stop smoking as much as it is, hopefully get those rings to seal a little better. But it seems to run and drive. Most everything works. I didn't have dash lights, and I was iffy on the turn signals as well as brake lights and tail lights. So we'll look at that. Give this truck a once over, get this thing back on the road, and put it back to work, because that's what square bodies are made for. They're made to work. So let's make it work. As you can see, if you look inside, not the best looking oil condition that I've ever seen inside a motor. Actually looks pretty rough, but it's an old small block Chevy. It'll run forever. That's just what they do. So, gonna put some fresh oil in it with some Lucas oil additive, and hopefully that takes care of some of the issues. It's never going to be perfect. Down the road, I actually want to put an LS in this truck and put a service bed on it and make it the Sally Speed Shop mobile mechanic unit. So we'll just keep this thing in there temporarily while we work on some other projects. So yeah. There we go. We got the oil draining into a drain pan. It's pretty dark and gross, but overall, doesn't look like it has any metal in it. This truck has a good bit of surface rust underneath it, but is remarkably solid overall. So, pretty happy with how it looks. Got some dirt dauber nest on the side of the transmission. I want to check the level in that, which is that fitting up there. I got to take that loose, see how we're doing. But, for starters, let me put a bunch of oil all over the concrete, because that's always good. Lovely. Better go find a towel and let that drain for a little bit. Gotta love when you have nice clean shop floors and you ruin them because you spill oil everywhere. Happens every time. This oil smells really full of gasoline, which isn't ideal, so it's a good thing I'm changing it because it loses a lot of its viscosity when it fills up with gasoline. So yeah. We're going to get that changed, get that oil filter swapped out, and put some new oil in this. Alrighty, so after a quick tune-up, let's see if this thing runs any better. cruising the old girl. I'm gonna start it off in low because it's got a granny gear. It does smoke a little, as you can see. Not running perfect still, but it at least cruises down the road. Not too shabby overall. Doesn't shift the best. Still smokes. Sounds like it's running on 7. But we're rolling, and that counts for something. Still need some attention, that's for sure. Yeah, gonna need a little more work, but it's at least rolling and driving under its own power. So that's an improvement. I think it just needs to warm up a little bit. I'm gonna let it sit in the driveway and idle. See if it'll sit here without rolling away and run. Still smoking a good bit, but it is running. And I believe it's on all 8. Sounds nice and smooth. Way quieter than it was with the old oil. So that's nice. It's an improvement. Let's see if I can open this janky hood latch. Oh, there we go. See how we're doing on each cylinder with this guy. So far, so good. See, we got holder on this side. Pretty good overall. See where we're at temperature-wise. 140. I'm just gonna let it sit here and run and see what happens. See if it cleans up a little bit, starts running better. Maybe it just needs a little heat in it. Sure does look good though. Well, there you go. That's kind of where this video ends. We actually picked up that Squarebody as well as the blue Squarebody that's in the yard together from a buddy here in Noonan for $1,500 total. So our logic is the red truck is virtually free because once we sell the blue Squarebody for $1,500, we will have nothing into that truck, and that's pretty awesome because Squarebodies are getting super expensive and hard to find because everybody's building them. We're actually building the 1982 C20 into the Sally's Speed Shop service truck. So we picked up a service bed, which you'll see in a later video, and we're building it with an LS and a whole bunch of really good parts to take it on Power Tour this year. Holley Performance, QA1, Painless Wiring, Auto Metal Direct, and Design Engineering Incorporated have come on board to help out with that build so that we can run Power Tour this year and help anybody who's broken down along the way. So we got roughly 2 months to put that truck together. It's definitely going to be a bit of a time crunch, but we'll get it done. So stay tuned for some future episodes of Sally's Speed Shop on the building of that truck and then running Power Tour with it. There is lots more to come. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me more than you know, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.